Hi, I'm Simon. I'm a baker and we're here at Kruste&Krume, a bread baking school here in Vienna. And what we do, we teach people how to bake bread with sourdough. We have different baking classes, we have videos, loads of videos in German on the internet how to bake bread. Because we love bread. But today I want to show you something really different. We want to bake bread. I want to show you how to bake bread out of your kombucha mother, of your Scoby. This is Caroline, my kombucha mother. These are my leftover Scobys from Caroline. We slice it up and puree it with water. And then we make a pre-dough. And this pre-dough will rest until tomorrow. And tomorrow we will mix the final dough. For 2 loaves of bread, we need 40 grams Scoby. "40 grams of Scoby, 200 grams water, and then puree it up. So now we mix that liquid with 200 grams strong bread flour. This looks like sourdough now, but it's a little bit different. We cover it and let it ferment at room temperature. So around 20 hours later, the pre-dough should look like this. You can see the bubbles. It's pretty well fermented. The dough still looks stable. It really depends on the yeast activity, so activity of your Scoby and also the room temperature. But around 12 to 24, maybe 26 hours, is everything okay. Okay. Now we are going to mix the main dough. That means we have the pre-dough, the fermented pre-dough. We have flour. We're using wheat, so a strong bread flour. Then salt and water. That's all we're gonna use. First, we pour the water in. It's around 500 grams. Really depends on the flour and the protein content. Then we have the pre-dough. And as you can see here, it floats on the water, and that's a really, really good sign for the activity, for the gas. Then 600 grams of the bread flour. The salt, we will add it later, so we put it extra here. 18 grams of salt. And I want to show you how to mix doughs like this with your hands. So we have the flour, water, and the pre-dough. And now we mix it pretty roughly like this. Once everything came together like this, we let it sit like this for around 30 minutes. Then we add the salt and mix it. In this time, in this resting time, the gluten structure starts to develop by itself. So what does this mean to us? Less active kneading or mixing time, and more aroma, more flavor in the bread. So just mix it properly and then let it rest for 30 to 45 minutes. And now we start to fold the dough. First, pour the salt in. Now we start to just pour the dough straight on the table. And the method I want to show you is called Slab and Fold. So we grab the dough, slap it on the table, and fold it like this. Turn it around, slap, fold. If the dough looks like this, it's fine because you can see all these little bubbles, a nice and shiny surface, and the dough gets even less sticky. You can see it on your fingertips. And now the gluten structure is well developed, so we let it rest again, the dough, for around 2 hours. Give it one fold, and then we start with the shaping. And we use this ball again, oil it a little bit, and throw the dough in. If the dough looks like this, so you can see the bubbles, and pretty well fermented, we are going to pre-shape it. And as I said before, it really depends on the activity of the yeasts, of the Scoby. It can also take a few hours more, but just try to get it like this. Fluffy, nice. We're going to divide the dough in 2 pieces. And we're going to do the pre-shape. So just fold it in from all sides like this. Be quite careful. Then turn it around so you get the nice surface on top. And now try to get some tension in there. Just push it like towards you. Turn it a little bit and be careful not to be too rough. Looks pretty good. Like a little basketball. Boing, boing. Bouncy. Nice word. Exactly. So again here, I'm going to show you from up close. Fold it in from all sides, turn it around, and make a nice and even ball, like this. And then the dough has to rest again because the structure is now pretty much under tension. And so we will take a tray, sprinkle some oil on it, put the dough on the tray. Now we let them rest again for around 20 minutes. Oh, maybe it's better to cover them with a cloth, so a little bit of flour and cover it and let them sit here for around 20 minutes. After a while, the structure has relaxed. We will do the final shape now. What do we need? 2 baskets, a little bit of wheat flour, a cloth in there. And now we don't need that much flour, just if there is a little bit of flour on the surface, like this, it's enough. So grab them and turn them around. So we get the wet surface now on the top. And now we will fold it again like this. Grab the bottom, fold it like this, and it will stick by itself. Left, right. And over fold this top piece, turn it around, and again, give it a nice and round shape, and let it rest like this. It's the same basketball than before. So once again, ka-ching, ka-ching. Pick it up, turn it around, make it fold like this, tuck it like this, and you can see how stable it is, and then turn it around. Make it nice and round, and finito. Now we have to turn it around again. So in the end, we want to have this shiny surface on top. So turn it around like this. And after the final proof, we turn it around and bake it with the other side on top again. Pick it up, turn it around, cover them again. I will let them proof outside at room temperature for like 1.5 or 1 hour, 2 hours, something like this. You can also put them in the fridge now, let them in there until tomorrow, so they proof pretty slow, and then you can bake them cold. So get them out of the fridge and get them in the hot oven straight away. But I, as I said before, will let them out today. If they look like this, pretty well proofed, and still kinda dense, they're ready to bake. So I already preheated the oven with 2 baking pans in there. Very important, you need a lid. So it's like similar to a Dutch oven. Now just get them in, pretty gentle. Now the bottom is up, and a little cut. And get them back into the oven. So we bake them now at 240 degrees Celsius for around 20 minutes, and then open the lid, reduce the temperature to 220 degrees Celsius, and bake them until they're golden brown. It looks quite well. Nice crust, nice open structure. And yeah, I'm quite happy with this bread. Today we showed you how to bake bread with your Scoby. So how to use your leftover Scobies for baking bread. And as I said a few times, it really depends on your Scoby, how well it will work out. But I hope you will have some fun with your Scoby and your breads. And I wish you all the best. Have fun and stay fermented. Oh, almost forgot. Give us a like and subscribe button. Thanks.